So now I'm going to go into projects. You have two scenarios. In fact, for exams, you've got two different scenarios. So I try to alternate my scenarios every semester. So one semester they'll get one scenario, the next semester another. And it's the same task, just a different, like this one might be about a bookstore and this one might be about an ice cream shop. And your training tasks are different than your exam tasks. Again, different scenarios. So the students aren't just memorizing keystrokes. They have to actually read the question and understand what to do. You also have two scenarios for projects, a 1A, a 1B. In this case, it's called projects 1 and 2, and then you've got a textbook project. So the textbook, I showed you what the book looks like. The students would be expected to follow the 50 pages in the book to complete the assignment. I'm just going to click on Start. And I don't have a sample right here of what this looks like in the Shelley Cashman book, but if you're familiar with Chapter 1, it's the surf flyer. And I'm not going to open up the book to show you how to do it, but if I was linked to my book right now, which I'm not with this demo class, there would be a link right here for my students. They see a link right there that automatically goes right to their ebook, or they can open up their loose leaf to follow the pages in the book. But they're expected to download a starting file and any supporting files, and then complete that project, and then resubmit it for grade here with the correct name. And the great thing about this is, I mean, we only started using this, the graded textbook projects a couple years ago now, and it has just saved me so much time. The time spent on grading projects was not allowing me to teach my students. Now I can work fully with my students, teaching them what they need to know and not be so stuck on grading all the time. So that's a wonderful feature. But let me go ahead and open up the SAM project. These have always been pretty similar. They're about 20 steps. It's similar to what the students learn in the textbook, but it doesn't tell them how to do the steps. It simply tells them to perform the step. So they have to know how to do it based on what they learned in the textbook project. So I'm going to go ahead and download the instructions to show you what those look like and the starting file. Let me pull this over. So this is what the instructions are going to say. So I'm basically opening up a file that has a little bit in it already, and I've got to go to my downloads to find that. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, so this is what the starting file looks like. When they're doing the textbook project, they are just starting with a blank document. But when they do a SAM project, they start with a document that has some work in it already, and then they're expected to use the concepts and features from the book in order to fix this and make it, look reasonable. So I'm going to go ahead and close that, and let's just look at the instructions. So it tells me to open up the starting file, save it immediately as _2, so that the student can submit it successfully to SAM. So they're expected just to bring one file in, save it with another name, work on that one saved file, and then in the end they'll be submitting it back to SAM. So you can see here it's got a little case study, we'll say. We're helping to coordinate an audition for a local community theater, and we're going to go ahead and create this flyer. Their first step is to change theme colors, and they have to do some things to the picture, changing the size and applying a frame. But it's about, any one of these can be about 20 steps long. In my advanced class, they're a little bit longer. This first one is only 14 steps. But it tells the students, go ahead and compare it to this solution file, which is just a picture at the end. And I'm amazed at how many of my students don't even look at this before submitting. It's like, couldn't you tell that you weren't right, that your colors were off or that your font wasn't the same? But the great thing is they submit once. They get a wonderful graded project report that tells them exactly, what was marked wrong, and then they can go remediate and train and resubmit again for a better grade. And that too, in my class, my students get anywhere from 3 to 5 tries, depending on the complexity of the project, to resubmit. And I didn't notice on this one how many tries it was giving us, but I'm certain it's more than one try in the out-of-the-box project. But let me open it one more time to see if it tells me. Yeah, 3 submissions here. So you can't expect them to do it perfectly the first time unless you are just that good of an instructor and you think that they learned everything the first time around. But it takes a couple tries. They make typos, and 99% of the time their errors are due to typos. So it's an easy fix for them to open up their submitted file, fix it, and resubmit. They don't have to start over from scratch. Starting over from scratch will cause more errors, so they don't do that.